Last week, someone who follows me on TikTok figured out my address and showed up to my house. And a lot of you have questions about it. Bitch, so do I, but also I have a little bit of an update. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a 3-part story time up on my page. Go watch that. If you can sit through Barbenheimer, you can sit through a 3-part story time, okay? Obviously, the number one question I got was, is this real and are you lying? Unfortunately, babe, it's real. I've been on this app for 4 years. I have over 1 million followers, so I don't know why it's hard to believe that out of those 1.3 million people, one of them might be a little cuckoo. And also, I do appreciate everyone's concern. Just know, I have multiple ways of protecting myself inside this house, so really I don't give a fuck. I'm fine. I will pop a cap in someone if necessary. Honestly, my hair's so oily. I low-key should just be washing it, not re-straightening it for whatever. And for the lot of you that were like, oh, you're stupid, why did you go talk to them? I did not mean to! When I tell you this person started banging on my door like a swift 10 minutes after I had woken up, bitch, I was so discombobulated. And also, when I opened the door, I was fully under the impression that that person was gone, okay? And for everyone that's like, why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you file a police report? Again, I was discombobulated. But also, there was no point in calling the police because the person left when I told them to leave, and I had zero evidence. I was on the phone with my dad the whole time I was speaking to them, and I was so confused. I wasn't thinking of taking a picture or a video, and I didn't have cameras. At the time, I have cameras now. So hopefully they don't come back, but if they do, I'm prepared. Now here is the update that doesn't really help me make any sense of the situation. In fact, it leaves me with even more questions. My next door neighbors have a camera that points out on the street, and without giving away too much about where I live, you would have to pass by my neighbor's house to get to my house. So the day after this happened, I went over to my neighbors, I briefly explained what happened and asked if they would check their camera footage. Now their camera is motion activated, so if a pedestrian or a car walks on the street, the camera starts recording. Their camera picked up an Amazon delivery driver who was not the person who showed up at my door, we checked, at 9:40 a.m. This person banged on my door at like 11:30 a.m. The next thing the camera shows is my dad rushing home at like 12:30. And my only thought is that might mean they showed up to my house way earlier than I thought they did. And considering they were looking through my windows and they started banging on my door 10 minutes after I had woken up, I really hope they didn't show up to my house and wait for me to wake up to do that. And as for the papers that they had left on my door, they were gone, so they took them with. So when I tell you I have literally zero evidence and absolutely no idea who this person was, I mean it.